color analyst for the Buffalo Sabres,
Yeah.
Rob Ray. I think back, I almost wish he didn't play for the Senators. Almost kind of ruined
That was
it.
a big debate. We had the debate on the bus.
Yeah. Drunk.
On the bus or
Yeah,
the
in
decision?
Tampa.
The night I
It's
got
in
traded.
Tampa Bay,
We were
right?
in Tampa Bay. We played in Tampa Bay, and Lindy told me after the game that I was being traded, and the plane was delayed, and he let us go to Ybor City. Remember?
Was it delayed, or were they just working on deals because it was
I
a
don't know
trade
what it
deadline?
was, but we left late.
I know we
And
left
by the
late.
time we got back on, we were not in good shape.
Had the "Go Sens Go" chant on the Sabres box. It was interesting.
That's
It
interesting.
was good
yeah.
though. It was good.
So then, yeah. So because you weren't there long,
You
eh?
could have said no, right? Like if you'd have.
Yeah, but I knew they weren't bringing me back, so it's like, and we weren't making the playoffs,
No.
so it was like, why
And
not?
the Sens were
Try it.
good, right?
Yeah,
Mux
Sens were
was
really
there.
good. Yeah, very good.
So why weren't they bringing you back? Just
He was old and shitty.
Well, I was, I don't know, 35 or so
Yeah.
at the time. I pretty much played my time out.
that was it. Is
You
there any-
can't play forever.
No, I understand that. I was just, it's like, do I go to Ottawa and chase this, or do I? Because we talk, one jersey player.
Stanley Cup would.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
Stanley Cup would be better than a one.
Yeah, it
jersey.
was. And I think if you didn't go, you would have been, it didn't work out. But if they had it, you
Yeah.
would have kicked yourself in the ass for the rest of your life. Why didn't I do it?
Yeah, you would have. So when, not to get overly serious or whatever.
Yeah, you're getting really
I know. Yeah.
personal here.
Was there ever a thought of, okay, my career's over. I'm not gonna. Buffalo's been great for me, but maybe I'll live somewhere else.
No, those beepings you hear,
Those are-
that's the Amazon guy
that
going to
your
my
heart?
house every time it beeps.
You're
It's gonna
I
go
lived
off
right
about
around the
18
corner.
times.
He used to come to my house a lot too.
Like 18 times. What was the question?
just well. Now we're gonna
You-
go back and
I
make
can
my life
answer
in
that.
Buffalo.
You never considered moving from Buffalo.
No, my wife is from there. That was home for me,
Yeah.
and I was staying there. But I got traded after when I was playing. But the part that kind of the next year I started doing the TV, and it was a trade deadline, and for whatever reason we were off. Like we had time off, and my wife and I were in Nassau, and Mux called me, and we're on the beach, and he's like, "What kind of shape you in?" And I'm like, "Great." I hadn't skated in 9 months, hadn't done anything. He goes, "I need you here tomorrow." I said, "Can you give me an extra day?" And so literally had to leave Nassau, fly back to Buffalo. I skated in Buffalo. Went the day I got back in, and immediately from that, I got in the truck, drove to Ottawa, practiced there that next morning. And he's like, "You're ready to go." And I'm like, "Okay." And I played that night in Syracuse. So for what's the Senators?
Yeah.
Binghamton
Binghamton?
Senators.
Yeah.
Yeah. First shift, got in a fight. Sugden kid.
Yeah.
Remember? Syracuse, really small barn too. Like really small. And my very first shift, I'm out there and I'm like, okay, just survive. This guy comes up and he goes, "We gonna go?" And I'm like, "Seriously, dude, I haven't skated in 9 months. Can you give me at least a period to warm up?" And puck drops. And he's like, "Nope." And we go at it. And I'm like, "Just don't go down. And the fight was over and I'm standing there and the penalty box was like 20 feet away. And it looked like it was
I'm not.
200 miles away. And I'm like, I'm never going to make it to that penalty box. Finally got in the box, sitting there. Bus ride back home that night to Binghamton from Syracuse. I forgot to put my name. I didn't know we had to put a name on a list to get food. I had no food. The boys are all excited, the young guys, and they're like, "Come on out to the bar when we get home." And I'm like, "Okay." And I fell asleep in the corner of the bar, and it was just like, it was a rough few days. And then, it just went on from there because 2 days later, he's skating me extra all the time. John Paddock was a coach and skating me extra to get in shape and play one that night, Friday night at home. And I played like, I don't know, 20 minutes more probably.
Yeah.
Power play. He played me in everything. I mean, hit a certain point in a timeout and I'm standing on the ice and I'm looking up at John on the bench and all these guys are staring. And I'm like, "John, I'm programmed for 3 to 5 minutes a night, not 20.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Shut up and get back out there." And that night you leave, we play in Springville the next day. The bus breaks down about 2 hours outside of town. I'm like, "What do we do now?" And they go, oh, we wait till another bus comes. We get to Springfield about, I don't know, 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, okay, at least I got all day to sleep. It was an afternoon game. I walk into the rink there and I see Marty McSorley was a coach. And I'm like, Marty, you won't believe what's going on. He's laughing. He goes, I'll make sure nobody comes near you tonight. Don't worry about it. Just go play. I'm like, thank God. Very first shift, this kid comes out and he can't even hardly skate. And he lines up and he goes, we going? And I look over at Marty and he's laughing his head off. And I'm like, you son of a. And then finally the kid just goes, just kidding. And we played. I had to leave that game. I told them that my skates were messed up because I was so tired. And trainer took me into the dressing room. I lay down. I put my feet up on the bench. He goes, get your skates off. I'll get them fixed. I go, there's nothing wrong with my skates. I just need a few minutes here just to get myself back together. And he's like, seriously? And I'm like, just calm down, buddy. Just calm down. I laid there for 5 or 10 minutes, got up, went back out on the ice and finished the game. Drove back home to friggin' Binghamton that night. And we played the next day. And I said to Paddock, I said, John, I said, if there's not a car here for me to go to Ottawa after the game, I'm renting a car and I'm driving back to Buffalo. I'm done. Buffalo. And sure enough, there was a car there and it was cool. He gave me a picture of the bus and all the guys that signed the picture of the bus and all that kind of thing. So he was right on about it.
The whole time you're like, I was in fucking Nassau on a beach.
Yeah.
I left for this shit.
For this. Yeah.
What the hell was I doing?
Yeah. And the one night off we had in Binghamton in between the games, because we played like 3 and 4 or whatever it was. And it was a booster club party. And it was when Miracle came out and they're all at the friggin' theater, the booster club, and all the players had to go and watch the movie Miracle. I'm sitting on my phone with all these booster club people and I'm texting everybody. You guys will not believe where I am right now, what I'm doing. And I was like,
booster club.
What am I doing?
Yeah. So
it was great though. It was an awesome experience. I loved it. I loved the whole time.
So when Muckler calls you, I mean, what's he say? You're coming back to the like what's the?
He just asked me. He says, "Come back. I need you back here." I'm like, "Okay." I knew I wasn't going to play.
Yeah.
It was more for going and. The first time up, I got room with Jason Spez and that. He was a young guy just coming in, and that was kind of my role. And, and then Chris Neal and that. So I knew what I was there for, and it wasn't to play.
Yeah.
But it was, more for off the ice and, kind of being with those guys. In the playoff stretch, it was Spez that I was the roommates with. And then second time back, it was, I did play. I ended up scoring a goal on my last shift. We're in Toronto, right off the draw. I score a goal, and I go off the ice, and I never got another shift. Jacques Martin hated me. Like he hated me. The first day I got there, the first time, calls me in the office, and he goes, "Hey, I just want to let you know, Rob Ray." He called me Rob Ray all the time. You're not here because I want you here. You're here because John Muckler wanted you here. And I'm like, cool.
Sounds good.
I see where this stands. No problem, buddy. And but anyways, it was a great experience. It was great guys, super organization. Yeah. Fans were awesome. I loved the whole part of it. It was and I was close to my sister. My sister was in Cornwall, so it was 45 minutes. So pretty much every day I was there with her and her family. Yeah. So
did you not score in your first shift?
I scored my first shift and last shift.
Wow. There's some trivia.
That is good trivia.
Yeah. I can't believe you guys is what you do, you don't know that.
I can't believe we've never heard that story of all the years and years that we've had you on.
Gotta ask, guys.
I guess so.
There's a lot in there.
Yeah, there's a lot there. There's nothing wrong with my skates.
There was nothing.
Just give me a minute.
Think about it. I hadn't skated in 9 months, and I had skated like 3 times, 4 times, 3 total. Twice before I played in a game. Not fun.
Not fun.
Even a world-class athlete like myself, it was tough. I found a way through it. Mental. It's all mental.
Yeah. What was the wife thinking when she had to leave Nassau for you to go to Binghamton?
Well, I told her I was getting paid, so she was like, let's the hell out of here. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. So how's life these days?
Life's great.
So you got here Friday? When the hell did they?
We played in Winnipeg Friday.
Yeah.
Big road trip.
Came right after and came here and spent the last 2 days here. Play here tonight in Edmonton tomorrow.
Yeah.
Go to Vancouver, play there the next day, 2 days off in Seattle, and then fly home.
Worst road trip of the
6 games, 13 days.
It's long.
I thought you didn't travel anymore. It seemed like
Well,
Rob
they
doesn't-
can't
Oh,
play-
he had
they
the
can't play
COVID
the games
one.
without
They had
me.
the COVID for a while, rules for a while.
That
He
was the
liked
most
that.
beautiful thing in the world.
Yeah.
COVID, just staying at home. We'd just do the games in the rink. There's nobody in the rink. Place is pitch black other than your booth sitting up there and watching games.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
And now you're in.
Now you got to go back on the road.
Yeah. The Philly.
Road's tough.
The Philly to Winnipeg West Coast trip.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how it goes.
It's the price you got to pay, guys.
Yeah.
Like,
Did you
I don't mind it.
Did the team do anything while they were here? Or
I
they
have no
just-
idea. I
the last time you
haven't
went-
seen the
didn't
team
you
or
go curling
anybody
or
with the
something?
team in 2 days. So I just have to look at my phone later today to see what time the bus is leaving the hotel to go to the rink.
Beyond that, baby.
Are they
be
sad?
honest.
It's like Rob's not at morning skate.
Rob doesn't go to morning skates.
No.
How's the new dress code?
Dress
Is it
code is
for
pretty,
everyone? Like
pretty
you can do
lax.
whatever you want to?
They, I think most teams are like that now, but
Yeah.
you see guys rolling in and dressed like this. Even you.
Even me.
Yeah.
That's what this guy's been saying for.
On the plane, on to games, home games, everything. There's a few guys that still throw suits on
Yeah.
our team.
Is it Pittsburgh that's
I think Pittsburgh might be the only team that still wears suits.
Sid.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And you know what? There's pros and cons. I think you want your guys to be relaxed and, whatever makes them feel good and play good, I guess. But I sometimes sit back and I go you were kind of the last pro sports team that everybody dressed up. And I thought it was classy and looked cool.
Are we
and it
losing
was good.
respect for our sport? Is it, like I
I
mean,
don't know
you
about
can-
losing respect, but it's losing maybe the history.
I thought you kind of used. If I'm a coach, I'm wearing a tracksuit.
I do want to wear a tracksuit behind the bench one day.
So I don't wear a tie anymore.
I remember Torts would wear like the sweater.
Yeah,
he got
Sweater
to the-
thing.
Well, maybe we blame Torts for this.
Maybe.
Maybe he was the guy that.
Wasn't Torts
Torts.
around the Sabres organization?
Yeah, he coached us. He was a assistant coach. Him and Rick Dudley together. Whoa,
Duds.
Whoa.
That's some intensity.
I'll tell you, Duds is the smartest hockey man I've ever met, and I respect the hell out of that guy because he taught me so much. But intense. There was a night he always sat at the back of the plane because he didn't like flying, and we had lost, and he was mad. And all of a sudden, partway through the flight, we hear this bang, and he had tore the seat in front of him off. And we're all thinking the back of the plane broke off or something, right? And it was like he just took it and threw it, and that was it.
And this is how long after the game? Like he's still just blood.
Oh
red
yeah,
now.
no, he was a very intense
Yeah.
guy, but I'll tell you what, you learn a lot from him, man. Like
Well, he was one of those guys. It seemed like never out of work. It's like, oh, he's an
but he's so
assistant general manager.
and you
then-
know what? He's behind the scenes.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be the guy answering questions in front of the camera. He doesn't want anything to do that. He doesn't want the credit for it. He just does his thing, quietly does his thing, and he goes and look, every time he leaves somewhere, like he helped build Ottawa, and he's been everywhere he's gone. He's Florida now. He's a huge part of that, and everything he's done, he's left a good record.
So what about these Sabres?
Yeah.
This guy, he gets wound up. Well,
I'm a fan of the Sabres. I
So
think
am
they
I.
should do better. And
Yeah.
I think the people in Buffalo are great people, and they haven't been able to enjoy a competitive team for a long time.
it's like they're the
There's a lot of
caution-
things I haven't enjoyed in a long time.
Yeah, it's getting that way.
It's like they're the cautionary tale because we're here, and you know what the Flames are. It looks like a team that should probably try and pick high for a little bit and turn some things around. And that, well, it just hasn't worked for the Sabres. Yeah, well, look at the Sabres. That's what rebuilding the Sabres. Well, so what is? I'm sure it's not any one thing. You got to draft well. Your trades have to work out. Your contracts and all of
Yeah.
that sort of thing. But it is. I mean, it's kind of historic now how long the Sabres have missed the playoffs.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, there was a lot of years there too when you're changing coaches a lot, there was no like stability anywhere, right? So now you keep guys in place now, and everybody thinks that's the problem. Oh, they're here too long, they're not doing. It takes a while, obviously it does, but is that an excuse? No. I think you can sit there and be a general manager and look at a kid and say, this kid can play, this kid, the coaches, tell them what you want. It comes down to the guys themselves. It doesn't matter what the coach or general manager a lot of the time does. It's the guys on the ice. And I think that in our case, a lot of the times it's just them needing to take a little more responsibility for what's going on the ice. You can't keep just making excuses about things and as player that it's because of this, it's because of the injuries, it's tired, it's this. Go play. Everybody goes through the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that in our position you get a management and coaches, they get a ton of heat because of the performance of the guys, and realistically it's you tell your kids to do something and you hope they do it, but if they don't, then you're a bad parent, right?
Mm-hmm. It's just kind of, you would think somewhere the COVID year lockouts, it's not like they've been devoid of talent. That they wouldn't just kind of
No, but they're
back in one year. It's like some other teams hit
Yeah.
the shits and then the Sabres sneak in as a second wild card or whatever.
I just think that in the last few years, you kind of hit that point where you go on those too long as skids and then you can't recover from it. And, whether good you play going down a stretch, I think once we got within 1 point and a few points here and there, you got to avoid that long stretch. And so far in the last number of years, we haven't been able to avoid that long stretch of losses because you just can't recover. Like even a season like this, we're in last place in our conference and you're only 6-7 points out of, third place in your division. So, if you go on a stretch or you a good or bad, it can either put you right in there or it sets you back where it's hard to recover.
Yeah.
Your first overall picks haven't been like, I think Dahlin's a hell of a
awesome
player, but Power isn't
he's
Celebrini or
no, but
whoever.
it
So now
defense
it's hard
too.
to-
You guys always say his defense, it takes more time and
Oh,
it's
for
harder
sure.
for
I still think he
defense to
can
mature and all this kind of thing. He's a highly skilled guy, obviously big, can skate like the wind. And I think sometimes he just maybe a little indecisive. Do I go? Do I don't go? Do I take this man? Do I not? And I think that's maybe the one thing that kind of hampers him sometimes. But as a player, he's awesome. He's a very good player. It's just game situations. It's indecisive
So, yeah,
sometimes that gets
but, I
you
mean,
in a bad spot.
It's you want to be able to, the year that you pick first overall, it's like, could this be a generational player, a game changer? And he isn't that. Like you say, it's like Bedard is 20 and Celebrini's 19 and they're going to make the Olympics kind of thing. It's that hasn't really worked out.
And there's
Obviously-
nothing the Sabres can. That's just the timing of
The draft.
Yeah.
So, you're like, we got our first overall is our D. You obviously forwards are going to get more attention because they're going to be scoring goals. They're going to be in the offense all the time, and that's what everybody knows and everybody thinks. And you got to have the offense. So other guys, they don't get that same attention.
Yeah.
But like Benson hasn't scored in forever.
Yeah.
Like, is that what you mean by these guys got to pull up their own socks and go, like the coach can't make you?
No,
score.
the coach can't make you do it, and it's up to you. They lay the game plan, but it's the individual. It's
Because when you look at the Ducks in San Jose, it's like drafted high. Well, look, now the Ducks are off, and the San Jose, look at this, Jack Quinn and like you said, Benson, 2 first overall. In theory, that should be kind of the same story for the Sabres, but it hasn't been yet.
Is the goaltending that poor that it's letting?
No, goaltending, especially off the hop. Lyon was smoking off the hop, and he was doing really well. Ellis, since I picked him up, maybe one tough game, maybe 1 or 2, but he's played really well. Luukkonen's played decent since he come back too. He, they have the 3 goalies because they weren't sure about Luukkonen. He was pretty, whatever injury at the beginning of the year, and then he's, so they're kind of sitting there. Okay, we got to kind of protect this situation here. Do we carry the 3? Do we, figure he's going to be okay? And then what do we do if we get in a bad spot? So,
well, the kid they were going to hand the reins to a couple of years ago, that Levi hasn't.
Yeah, now he's played well
He's
in the
still
minors,
young,
but he's consistently he's this year he's not where he was, I don't think, in the minors. But when he's had a chance to come up, has he stole the reins? No. So it's another situation where a little more time that you hope you see they establish themselves, mature, and
grow and get
get to where they need to be.
It just feels like the plan has never really come together. Like Levi, I think at this point was expected to be
Probably
kind of our wolf, where it's like, we're gonna have him locked in,
or at least him stepping in when UPL's deal's over and maybe moving on or whatever, and then this guy's the heir apparent.
At least sharing,
But you never know. Like everybody thinks just because somebody's drafted in a certain position that they're going to be successful. This league is littered with guys that were high picks and
drafted incorrectly.
They're playing third, fourth line situations on teams.
It felt like maybe there was a turning point when Tuch went there. It's like, here's a guy I grew up in New Connolly, and I love Buffalo. It's like, that's what you need. You need those guys that care about the crest and the city and that sort of thing. And now here we are. It's, I don't know, Tuch, has he played well enough? He needs a contract. You bring him back. You need the guys that are going to be happy to play there. And Peterka obviously wasn't that guy. And you thought Tuch was that guy. What do they do with Tuch? Is that,
Tuch is a pretty popular guy back home, and he's still you're going to be 30 at the end of this year. He's everybody thought it was going to be injuries carrying through. He's done a good job of maintaining that, staying in the lineup, he's a very good player. Like penalty kill, stick, he's fast still. He's got a great shot. Him and Thompson seem to have very good chemistry when they play together. So he's still doing his thing. I think in a lot of cases, especially on the road, we're having a hard time scoring goals on the road, that it kind of reflects on that people are going to look at it and go, oh, you're not doing your job. At home, we do a nice job of that. Is he he's a hell of a player, and he's a really good guy, and people enjoy him. He's a good leader in the room. He leads by example, all that kind of thing you want to see. So, as far as signing him, then that's up to them. I don't know, the money, obviously the cap's going up. There's a lot more money. And I think guys in those situations are sitting there looking at it and going, hey, I can maybe ask for a little more because of that. But hey, if Alex Tuch stays, that's not a problem.
So if Mr. Pegula walks up to wherever you're calling the game that night, it's like, Rob, I need to talk to you for a second.
Yeah.
I heard that fat guy in Calgary on that podcast. He was talking about maybe that is what we need. We need a guy dyed in the wool with Sabres blood running through his veins. Here's the keys. President Hockey Ops, you're running this team. Do you say yes? And if so, what's the first thing we're doing?
I would say thank you, but I'm more than happy doing what we're doing right now.
You would do it.
He would do it.
I'll tell you what, Mr. Pegula is a fan through and through, and he loves the team. He loves the organization, everything about it, the town, the stuff that they have done. That family in our town is crazy. The amount of money they've spent around there to make things better downtown, to build things, to maintain things, to donate. They've done so much, and you hear all these people, sell the team. Well,
careful what you wish for.
That's so dumb in my mind when they sit there and they go, oh, you got to get a new owner. This guy's doing as an owner what he's supposed to do. He's supplying the funds. He's trying to put the right people in place to make these decisions. If it doesn't work, then he's shown that he's not hesitant to move or make changes. So I think he's a good guy, and if you wanted to have that conversation with him, he's the kind of owner that would stand there with you for 20 minutes and have that conversation. So he's a good man. It's a good family, and I think people that are out there saying, oh, everything, but then they don't know. They haven't got it figured out, because it's a small market team. There's only so much revenue you can bring into an organization in a small market. It's probably similar to here. You got to make sure that you do the right thing with what you have.
And he ain't whining or complaining about.
No, he's not. No. And probably losing lots of money a year.
Sure.
And doesn't sit there and go and blame whatever because he's losing the money. He's trying to they're continuously behind the scenes of people in positions in the organization, from ticket sales to marketing to that stuff. Is those positions have changed so much over the years that they're continuing trying to find the right recipe to make it work.
Because I think you'd be the guy.
Well, bring Rhett now in.
I mean,
I'd only win if I could bring Rhett as my right hand guy.
I think he would do it. But no, I mean,
It'd be hard to give this up.
Would it?
what, this here?
Yeah.
I mean, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, you did it from Buffalo for a couple of years.
Yeah,
So you could
maybe.
probably figure something out.
Double dip.
But
What?
there's something to you gotta have somebody that knows the game, has been around the team, who knows the city, the team, the market, all of that. You played forever. You're around. You're still watching hockey every bloody night. They maybe just need a different lens to look at things through. And there's a no nonsense mentality that you would bring to it.
But that no nonsense mentality, it might not work this day and age with the type of player there is.
I know what you're saying, and I see what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, and I disagree with what you're saying. Only because it might not work for some guys, and then you get them the fuck out of there and bring in the people that it does work for, because what you're promoting and saying is the right thing. And if you don't like it, it typically means that you're not holding up your end of the bargain and you want to take shortcuts, and that don't work, and it's not working. And so, yes, you're right. The new athlete needs a little more kid glove, but not the right group. I think the right group goes, no, I want to be pushed. I want.
Yeah, and it's more than just players. It's coaches and staff and everything.
Yeah, you got to yell it all.
But it's not like you're going to go in there and like, okay, so it's the Rob Ray vision. Well, he's going to go in there and kick stuff. No, you're going to want to, but here's
what would the Rob? Sorry, I'm interrupting. I know what you're going to say, but
yeah, you're not.
What would if
I always joke around. What's the plan? Yeah. I always joke around. If I was in a position on a team in power, I guess making decisions, every time I'd go to make a deal, one of the first people I'd talk to is the trainers. Find out what this guy's like. They know everything. They know everything about every guy in the league. And if they don't know, then the trainer on that team or another guy is going to know something about this person. And those are the guys that a player is not going to give you an honest opinion, because it could be a buddy. It could be, if you're asking. I would be talking to those guys. Second thing I would do, if I was sitting in a position, I would sit there and I'd go, all the guys that I did play with that I trusted and knew, I'd be like, let's sit down and talk. Okay. What do you guys think? What do you see? What do you see as, what you think, needs to be changed, or what's right or what's wrong? And I would sit there and have those conversations with those guys, because they're the ones you trust, and they're the ones that have been through it before and they've seen it. And I'm not saying coming down to the actual dealings of contracts and all that kind of stuff. That's somebody else does that anyways. But just getting the feel from the guys to see maybe what might work, what's not working, what could work.
Yeah.
Use those assets. I think if I was in a position like that, would be the things I would do, or two of them anyways.
Sure. Yeah,
what would you do directly if you're running Sabres? Like, I know you're saying that as far as getting guidance on the players that you want to be there.
Yeah.
But what right now, 14 years without the playoffs is a tough grind. What is the 1, 2, 5 things that you see that would make the change? I know you said, well, the guys aren't old enough there into the barn. They're good enough and they should be producing more. Like, are there other things that are being, I don't know.
I think it's just when you get that mentality into your group, it's hard to get out.
Yeah. Where it's okay. If
you have to have that inside, that it's like this
you got to have
themselves have to realize it's
like,
not good enough. Yeah. And you could go in there and yell and scream and do all you want. If they don't feel that, or they don't want to react to it, then that makes it a little more difficult. But you have to sit and look at records of guys and what they've been able to do and and then it comes down to, we all say, everybody goes, make changes. It's hard to make changes now. because contracts, and it's not the money, it's no trades. Everybody seems like it's got a no trade out there now, and it's not like, hey, I want this guy, I'm gonna go and even go overpay for him.
They should get rid of the no trades.
It prevents from deals from being happening. And and then if you're gonna go into free agency, you're gonna severely overpay for guys to sometimes get them, and that doesn't always work out. So it's harder than everybody said. Trade this guy. It's so, like, even people you wouldn't even imagine have no trades and limited deals of where they can go and what they can do.
They won't get rid of it. It's weird because I would say you were a player guy, and I was supposed to, some of the shit that the PA's got for the guys is almost too much. Like it's too easy for them. I would get rid of the no trade thing, and I would say, no, you can have it's $1 million if you want to trade me.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
There's no trades anymore, but you can negotiate whatever the team has to. It's a trade buyout thing where it's like,
because in a lot of situations, there's so many teams that just maybe looking for a spark, looking for a change. And, you're a team and you got somebody in that same boat, and I got a guy. It's like, it would be so easy just to flip-flop guys, give them a new look, give them a new life, give them a new, just a whole new environment. And it might be good for both of them. And I think some guys don't even realize that would be good for their career.
Oh,
but it's prevented.
You think
because
it's better to
you can't do it.
Put your fucking feet up and not have to worry about it. I think it's a huge detriment to have these no trade things.
It's tough.
Anyone that wants it, I think this is where I get caught because I should be on the player side on a lot of these circumstances. But it's like, I'm not on that side because I lived it and I got my last contract and I thought it was, now I'm gonna, this is great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna build a house.
But you fought for that.
Yeah, you did. But
what you fought for, what the PA lost money to get guys no trade deals.
Yeah, but what the union should be telling the guys is that you don't want no trade. Like, what do you need
but
to
I
no
don't think
trade
they
for?
care about that. They just care about the guy getting the money right up the front. They want the money. They want those numbers going up. They want to show that what they're doing is right. But on the big picture, for an individual overall, it may be okay. But an individual, in a lot of cases, it may hurt them.
I think it's kind of the measuring stick now. It's, did you get a no trade? You didn't get a no trade. That's gonna be terrible.
Why'd you do that? Why'd you sign that?
Exactly. It's like, how many freaking guys?
It'd be worth to give, like you said, give them an extra $1 million in their deal or whatever it may be to not have that deal.
Yeah.
No,
same with guaranteed contracts. There's a lot of guys, and again, it sounds like it putts as far as the players, but there's too many guys that are signing big deals and doing F all. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of guys, I'm not going to name them offhand, but you go through the league, you're like, that guy makes a lot of money and he's shit. And they should be able to get him off the books. And if you don't want to perform, I think there should be some way of the GMs going, wait a minute. I mean, Sharon Govich scores 30 one year, and now can't score anything.
Mm-hmm.
And you're paying him. And he doesn't look like he gives a shit, which is the bigger issue to me. It's like, I don't see you out there grinding and going through walls, trying to score, getting to tough areas. I see you floating, and you're making 5.5, and that irks me. But that's where a guy, the president, should be able to walk in and say, but I don't know if they care if you ripped them.
I don't know.
Like, if you were the president and you went down, he said, what the hell's this is BS? I don't know. I think a lot of these guys, whatever. Beat it.
Noodle says, you got to be a bit of a sociopath. You got to be able to.
Who's that?
Jamie McLennan.
Oh, I got a problem with him.
Do you?
Oh, because he called you big head.
Called me mascot head. And I will see that guy.
I'll write that down.
Mascot head. He took something that was funny, personal.
Take this clip.
And that will be addressed. Noodles.
You can leg wrestle.
Gosh, you know what I wanted. What he said wasn't important. No, you gotta take emotion out of it. I think a lot of times teams are like, well, I'm not sure I'm not sure he's the guy we're going to win with, but he's so good. We gotta. If you know that it's not right, you gotta. and you could be given the job and be thankful to have it. You're not going to live in fear. Oh, what if I lose my job? You're not going to give a shit. You're going to do what you think is best for the team.
I think the only way maybe that coaches or general managers have left to maybe get a point or get somebody's attention is not playing them. But then all of a sudden you start sitting a multi-million-dollar player, and people are going to be all over
They did that with Sharon Govich.
all over you.
Yeah.
And it almost becomes
because the people don't understand. Maybe you're trying to get a point across.
But do you care if people are all over you?
Now?
Yeah.
No, but as a player, I would.
Yeah. But
As a player, I'd be like, I would be embarrassed, and I'd be like, okay, I'm going to show you. But who knows? I've never had that big deal that I actually was guaranteed money. I don't even know how years, 15, 16 years. I think I signed like 7 or 8 contracts.
You negotiate like we do.
1 year and an option, 1 year and an option, 1 year and an option.
Yeah.
Didn't have much stability.
Yeah, you negotiate like us. So what's the off? Oh,
what is
it?
it?
That sounds good.
Well, I'd like more than that. Well, there's no more than that. All right. Got a pen? Sign that. How has the Buffalo community handled losing the Warners?
The Warners?
Yeah.
Oh, I tell you, minor hockey's taking a hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. They really have. Liquor stores have taken a hit. There's been a lot of things that have been affected by the Warners stepping out. My fence still isn't fixed from where they kept jumping over it to the pool and the sag and the. My wife is still seriously pissed off because the last couple of days before they left, they broke her floaty things for the pools.
Oh,
and the
yeah,
boys broke those, and they've never been replaced. So yeah, a lot of good, a lot of bad was left there. Wow. And one man that is really still kind of wailing a little bit is Georgie
Sweetland.
Yeah, he's texted me 10 times this morning. They're
already
already
come back and coach.
Who wants him to coach?
Is that right? Well, I think you would love to.
I would.
Because he can't coach here. He's been
no, he's not allowed to. This is my first year not coaching either, and it's in a way it's kind of like, and then the other way it's like, okay,
yeah,
no responsibility, not dealing with
you
parents.
Said it the other day though, it's like because his kid can drive now, even so you don't even have to go to the rink to watch practice.
Not at practice, not at anything anymore.
Where's the kid?
It's like I sit there, and the nights that I am home, I'm like, is he coming home yet? You know, because you're bored. You spend all day, every day together. Like in the summer, it's like, all right, I got to be at golf at this time. I got to be at workout at this time, practice at this time. So your whole day was consumed.
Yeah.
Now it's like my wife and I are sitting there staring at each other, going, "What the?"
You got time to run
staring at each other, not talking to each other, staring, and
yeah,
kind of like, we're lost.
You got time to turn this.
My daughter graduates school this year from college, and she's coming home, and I can't wait. Even though she kills me, then I'm scared to death of her. But it's so nice to have her there.
Have her back.
She runs your show.
Oh, she does. Her and my sister are the only 2 people in this world I'm afraid of.
Yeah, girls do.
Yeah,
girls do that.
That's scary.
Yeah. Well, I think he misses you. He won't say it outright.
No,
I think you guys had some wonderful times together over the years.
Oh, I don't know, but I got somebody living there now. The guy that was there,
he moved.
He moved. And
he was great.
He was out there. Yeah, but he was out there every day and he wanted to talk. And I'm like, dude, I got stuff to do. I don't want to. I mean, he's always cooking and bringing it over to the fence and handing it over to barbecue and all this kind of thing. And I'm like, dude, please.
What did he want to talk
now
about?
He still got I got his 2 generators and his 4-wheeler in my garage still because he didn't have enough room when he moved and it's stuck there. And I'm like, what do you want me to do with this stuff?
Like, didn't have money.
If it's there for more than 90 days, I claim it. It's mine and you're done. So I'll sell it and get rid of it.
Yeah.
Somebody else just moved in and I don't know who they are.
Did they sell it or rent?
Rent it.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
You're like the Buffalo land, like you're like a mogul.
He's a real
property owner.
He's a land baron.
Yeah. I like that. They don't make any more.
No.
So own as much as you can.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Yeah.
To the bastards.
Are you still hunting?
Hunting. My son got his first buck this year. He's all excited. Shot one in bow season, calls me. I was at work. You know, just, I'm like, dude, slow down. What happened? And so the next day I looked for that son of a bitch for 7 hours. Never found it. Shotgun starts. I get the same phone call. So I'm like, this time I'm not wasting my time. I called dog search guys. You know what? They bring the dogs out.
They have.
Put them on the trail, and away they went. And 15 minutes later, they find this deer, and I'm like, thank God, man.
Yeah.
I was like, what do I owe you for this? He goes, nothing. We just are free. And I'm like, here, I want you to come back next time too. So
hang out with me all the time.
Yeah.
So the kid was pumped.
Pumped. Big. Yeah. Shot his first buck, and he's lucky, little bastard. Like, he sees everything. I sat on the same field with him, and I'm like, because he's seeing everything. So I'm like, I'm going to take my little blind and my chair blind, and I'll sit at the other side. Probably 30 deer come out that night, all within 30 yards of him, and there wasn't one 300 yards from me. I'm like,
you got to have scent control, Razor. You maybe.
Yeah, but you know what he did? He says the first night, he goes, Dad, I just got done taking a piss out of my stand. He says, next thing you know, this buck's come walking right out underneath me. I go, you pissed out of your stand and walked right underneath you? And he goes, yeah, I was right there. There was two of them. I'm like, so much for worrying about that stuff. That's the way it is.
They're dumb.
He's a big hunter now.
Teenagers are dumb.
He's a land baron himself.
He's a land baron. Yeah. He's buying up. It's the way to do it, guys.
Spend money.
Spend money. Is no sense saving it.
You've never said that in your life, and now you're a proponent of it.
Well, yeah, but spending it in the right ways. Not spending and wasting it. Spending it on something that's an asset that you can.
Okay. Because everyone always texts. Best wing spot in Buffalo.
Elmo's.
Small little spot.
Yeah, small little spot. Gone there for years. Very good. Really meaty. I like it when they put the barbecue back on the charcoal grill.
Yeah. What do they call that? Charring it, actually?
Something like that.
Something like that.
Well, we felt for you. I guess it was 2 years ago. We got you, the Ring of Honor or whatever they call it there. Well deserved.
You got it for us?
Yeah. I think so. We talked about it for years. It's like, come on. Who's
heavily influenced it?
Yeah. Now we're going to get you running the whole thing. So that's our next mission.
Yeah, I went into Broadcasting Hall of Fame since then too. And
I got to mention that I'm going.
There's a lot of
Sabres
things
TV tonight, and I'm going.
Oh, he's coming on. Yeah, he's coming on at the beginning of the second period.
President of hockey up.
Yeah,
we're on a little distraction mode here.
So is that what it is?
Yeah. So we've been bringing some guys on, in the beginning of the second period, and have a little conversation for till the first TV timeout. So
yeah.
Rhett's a special guest tonight.
That's what our show is now.
Hitting.
It's like, so what do we want to talk about? Food? What else? What else is going on? Didn't the Flames play last night? Yeah, I think so.
We don't even talk about the game. It's like,
I'm not
just
sure.
let it happen.
I'm not sure.
How was Thanksgiving? Were you home? Did you pick out? Who cooked?
Yeah, Thanksgiving was fantastic till my in-laws showed up at the door, and then I was like, okay, that's kind of ruined this day. But no, it was good. But we always have to have it. Are you in that boat? I guess you got.
We live up here. The shoveler was down there. We never had it down there because her grandma was still alive.
We always have to have it and have them over. And I made my wife sign a contract a few years ago, and it still hangs on the inside of the door. And the contract was no longer, are we going to invite in-laws to the house for special occasions, blah, blah, blah. I made her sign it. Yeah. Every year I open the cabinet door and I show her, and it's like she comes over and shuts it. And
do you remember this?
You're in breach.
Back.
Yeah, you're in breach.
She's been in breach of contract for a number of years now.
And
she's got a no trade too.
Oh, well, see.
Great negotiator.
Yeah, I know.
Got to get a new negotiator. Boy, this one, I guess you don't need to throw your headphones on, but this one happened last year. Jack, we can run it. We were very concerned. As you know, we're in Calgary, but this is Rob Ray. This is Rob Ray country.
Puck is dropped, and it's 4-0. In the opening period, and Razor just took another one.
That hurt.
Razor took another one
right in the forehead, and the more I stood there, the bigger that knot got. It was the half size of a golf ball by the time I was done. It just kept getting bigger and bigger, and then like the next day, 2 days later, it let go, and then it just sunk down through my eye, and my eye went shut, and it was all black and blue. But everybody laughing, Lindy and everybody laughing on the bench. Lindy got hit about 3 years ago when he was in Jersey, and he got hit in the head, and he had to leave.
I remember that.
And I go, Lindy, that's not what a man does.
Yeah.
You don't leave the bench. Well, I get hit hard. I go, look.
Yeah.
Did I get hit hard? That was twice within like 12, 13 months.
I loved what they did when they put you up in the.
Oh, and then when
Wrap.
the
They put
300,
you in
but you know, just we had that planned earlier that I was going to do it like weeks before that game, and it just so happened the very next game was that one, and I'm sitting up there by
So
myself.
for people that didn't see it, Rob takes the puck and then they put him right in the friggin' rafters, like
Yeah.
the last row of the building,
Yeah.
so that you're nice and safe.
and that night it was like a Tuesday night, and we were playing somebody from out west here, so the crowd was not great,
sparse.
and so there was nobody like in a whole
yeah,
section.
you
and I
had the
was sitting
section to
there. It
yourself.
was the best seat though.
Yeah.
I able to got sit there, I had my monitor, and they kept bringing me food, and I'm like, this is bonus. This has to happen every night.
Yeah, just know then Tage Thompson, they had that clip. It's like, oh, is the puck okay? Like that's
That's not
bullshit.
right, is it?
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Well, the first time it was Kesserling when he was with Utah hit me, and then this time it was Mallenstein.
yeah,
Got to work in his
Bastards.
stick handling.
bastards.
Doesn't handle the pass very well.
God, you good.
I never did find either one of those pucks too. Georgie says they exploded.
The puck's,
I was like, give me the puck anyways.
Yeah.
I have the puck. This one, it never found either one of them.
puck's gonna lose that battle every time, Razor.
I don't
Do
know
you
where it
still
went.
have your collection of artifacts that you
Yeah, I
collected
do.
over the years?
Yeah.
Oh, that
Wanna
was,
buy it?
You were so smart. I was so dumb.
What do you got?
Everything. Room full of stuff.
Room, basement. I don't have any of it out. You know, like your little
Jerseys,
chinky little.
sticks,
Yeah.
everything.
I got about 500 or 600 sticks and jerseys, and
What do you think?
I sold like Dom's equipment. I got everything. You name it, it's in there.
He was a
Wow.
cheap prick, eh?
Who, Dom?
Yeah.
Oh, remember we used to keep a list. So if you had somebody come in and they wanted an autograph or something, he'd be like, "Nope, you've already got yours for the season." He'd give you one for a kid or something
Yeah.
like that. It was like,
I did it. My first was in the playoffs. I hadn't asked him for an autograph, but my cousin came to town and wanted an autograph stick, and I did it in a meeting at the hotel the night before a playoff game, and everyone in the room was like, "Oh, he's asking Dom
Yeah,
for a." For it was like a big deal.
crazy,
to
eh?
get an
and he
autograph.
knew exactly who he'd given one to that
I
year
do
and who
one
didn't.
you.
God,
Okay.
to sign your name.
Yeah,
So you
I'll-
have the gear, or you had it and sold it?
No, I got it all.
Okay.
I don't sell anything. You want to buy some? though?
No, you said I sold. I thought you had said that.
Everything's got a price, but
Yeah.
And you don't have any, so it's just in boxes.
Yeah.
Come on now. Got to get that shit up. You're the
It
president. of
doesn't mean that
hockey
much
ops.
to me.
No.
Yeah. I don't even have a picture of myself in my house as a player. You know what I have? It was on my thing, the sword they gave me for the Hall of Fame last year.
Yeah.
It's sitting on a, I don't know, little table in the house. Probably because that's where when I
Put
came
it
home,
down.
that's where I put it, and
Yeah,
that's where
set
it
it down.
stayed.
It's just in the kitchen. There's food all over. Rob, would you put this thing away already?
Put the sword away.
Use it for cutting turkey and that, and
Where do you
Thanksgiving and
place
stuff like
sword?
that.
Well, we're glad you're okay.
No, I'll be fine. Workman's comp.
Yeah. And I feel like
You know what?
any regular man,
yeah, we got to
you would
Yeah,
still
we're-
see there'd be like their face would be disfigured forever. I mean, you can't even see.
I used to be good looking. Now I'm even better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Weathered.
yeah.
weathered.
We have what are called super chats. So people that watch the show live will place a comment and then put some money down. We take the money and get it to the charity that is the Youth Centers of Calgary. Handsome Dan, $20. He does $10 every Flames goal this year. How weird would it be to see a Flames-Sabres final? What's the Bet365 odds on that? We'll look.
I can find that.
It's
It's going to be long
you know what? It's worth throwing a couple bucks down for sure.
right
For
now.
sure. Feels like a long shot though, Handsome Dan, to be fair.
Flames Sabres goals.
No.
We
Stanley
don't.
Cup
We haven't been
finals.
scoring on the road, boys.
No, and the Flames don't give up.
I think
any.
we got like
So
29
tight.
goals on the road.
6
so
is
far
the
this year.
over under. Pinder took the under. He's on it.
Feels safe.
Buffalo Calgary plus 15,000 to 1.
15,000 to 1.
Handsome Dan.
That's for the Sabres to beat the Flames.
Sabres win.
Sabres win.
Wow.
The Flames to beat the Sabres is 20,000 to 1.
Even more if the Flames.
Well, underdogs.
Both sides.
Who knew?
We have a hard time with teams at our spot in the
Yeah.
or in below. But it's going to change tonight.
Winnable games, yeah.
Go in there and whip these guys.
Barbagello 4-9. Fellas!
Roll over to Edmonton and spank them
Yeah.
too, and then
You can
Show McDavid what he's
go home
missing.
4-2 on the road trip, boys.
Not
Take
sure
it to the bank.
Not sure my budget can hold up with this, with the run the Flames are on, but a little something for every empty net goal. So Jeremy's going to throw some bucks down every time they get an empty netter, which
$4.99.
usually leads to a victory.
Yeah, usually
empty
get the
netters?
empty netter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I've really opened up people's eyes to these empty net goals. They're so important. They're so big.
Sporting for guys' stats.
How many did you get?
I was on the ice for one empty net goal, and I don't know how I was out there.
Just gonna
And
say-
Taylor Pyatt had it. We're in Montreal, and him and I are like 2-0 from like the red line in. And I'm like right beside it, and I'm like,
hello.
come on, come on, come on. He didn't even pass it to me to pass it back to him. All it was a point.
Yeah, odds. He was playing the odds.
And he hung on to it from the red line in, and I'm like 2 feet from him. Just come on, buddy. Share the love.
I love it.
And
That
he goes
boy
down and
buys it.
buries it, and I'm like, are you kidding me?
Asshole.
That
It's a dick move.
was my big chance.
Yeah, it's a dick move. Well, it's great to see you. I got
It's
it. I
great
know
to be
you're not
here.
happy being on the road, but we're happy you're on.
No,
the
you know
road.
what? This weather out here is killer in the skin, eh? Dry skin.
Dry.
Pretty dry. Yeah,
Oof.
yeah, pretty dry. Do you moisturize?
No, I don't know. No.
Yeah, maybe you need to.
It's baby oil.
But I'm like itchy, like everything.
Yeah, yeah. Well, enjoy Edmonton. Enjoy the road trip.
Edmonton's a great spot.
Yeah, we're
You're
there
gonna love
like 24 hours.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's about all you
That's
need.
about it. That's about it.
In and out.
Anything after, you're running a risk of a stabbing.
We were discussing, what do you get kids for Christmas? Because we all have kids, and it's hard.
Yeah, it
Feels like
depends
kids
on
have
their age.
everything. What do you do? What's the Rob
Me?
Ray gift buying guide?
Well, I got my son this new light that finds blood on the
Oh.
ground, and it glows a different color. So when he
Find
hits
that
all
deer.
these deer, that he could go find it himself. So that was the only thing I bought him, and I those kids want money. They don't want a gift. They want money.
Rob Jr.
I
decided
want
to go
socks and
buy.
underwear.
Rob Jr. went and bought some tires.
Yeah, he bought tires. I bought him a truck, right? He turned 16. I buy him a truck. This kid goes and buys tires for the truck that are too big unless you lift the truck. So I'm like, do you realize you can't put these on until you lift? Oh, yeah. So it's like, instead of in a process of
Uh-huh.
he jumped, now we have to put something on the truck to lift the truck.
Yeah. See, that's smart.
So he did. He outsmarted me there. And he
Yeah.
he drove like 2 hours down Pennsylvania somewhere and gets these tires and brings them back. And I'm like,
Dude,
jeez.
he's a wheeler dealer.
Yeah, I
did
know he
learn
is.
that
He's
from
a
you.
sharp
He
little-
is.
Yeah. Because if you, hey, Dad, what do you think if we put a lift kit on the truck? So, you're not putting a fucking lift kit. You don't need that shit.
Yeah. But now it's going to happen.
Yeah.
But I'm not giving. I told him he's got to get a job. He had a
Yes.
job this summer. He landscaped and he loved it. But he said the other day, I got to get something different next summer. Can't do that same thing.
Yeah. My kid thought it'd be great because then you wouldn't need a gym membership. You just be in shape from doing all that. He did it for about 2 days. He's like, this is the shits, Dad. Like, yeah, that's hard work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he never complained. He liked it, but he just decided.
Yeah.
And I like that. Go try those jobs.
Yeah.
Maybe
they're
do a
good
little
for-
better in school than,
Mhm.
you don't want to do something like that for
Yeah.
the rest of your life.
He's like, my dad's going to run the Sabres.
Fast track, right?
My old man's going to be running the Sabres. Moving to a nicer house.
I can't even run my own house.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
Nobody follows the contracts you got signed at the house.
Yeah, I know. So what those guys would be like,
Yeah. In breach everywhere. Everyone's running afoul. That'll do it. Enjoy the game tonight. Thank you, Robert.
Sabres 5-2.
That's over.
Wow, that isn't. See, it's over. There you go.
Son
See you, buddies. Hey, buddies. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Also, if you could throw in a like and subscribe, it does help us out with what it is we are doing. And check out more at flamesnation.ca.